believe that everyone has jumped on the Browns bandwagon. However, Baker said, quote, I think in the media and everything that comes with the hype around our team right now, people want to see us lose just because the hype is so real. But we've got to go out there and take it 1 week at a time. We're trying to win every week. Oh, Baker, so well said. Greg, do you think Baker saying that people, what do you think about Baker saying people want the Browns to lose?
I agree with where he's coming from. Ooh. I can definitely understand and relate to where he's coming from. What you have to understand is within the walls of locker room talk and conversation, there's bulletin board material all the time of how great you are or how bad you are. Regardless of what everybody's saying that's positive, what's going to be conveyed is not the positive, because coaches don't want you reading all the lovely things that everybody has to say and everyone is saying. What they want you to have is some type of insight on what they're not saying, what they're missing. And so for Baker Mayfield, I guarantee you within that locker room, within the walls of the Cleveland Browns facility, they're not hearing all the buzz about how special this offensive unit is, what they could be. Well, they are hearing what they could be and the potential. No one likes to talk about what potential is until it's manifested and until we've seen it proven. And so for Baker Mayfield to say this, I 100% agree. I was in the locker room where the head coach put up, guys, don't take the bait. It was everywhere we looked, in team meeting rooms, in the hallways. Don't take the bait. Why? Because he's trying to keep us focused, not looking at what they're saying that is so good, that makes us so good, that they're talking about playoffs and Super Bowl predictions. No, I don't want you looking at that. I want you focusing on everything right here, right now, and knowing we still need to improve. There's still things that we have to build on, and we have to show it every single week. And so take it one game at a time. I don't mind Baker Mayfield feeling this way. I see why he feels this
Rob,
way.
I have a feeling you don't agree.
I don't agree. It's a false narrative by Baker Mayfield.
100%.
First of all, they have 2 of the 5 most popular selling jerseys in the NFL. Go talk to the people out in Vegas and all the money that's been laid on the Browns. So this whole idea...
I mean, what other jersey have they had to buy in the last 50 years?
No, I'm talking about in the National Football
We saw all LeBron James jerseys at Cleveland games.
But this whole idea that everybody wants them to lose or whatnot, it's not true. Everybody's jumped on that bandwagon. Media people, fans, it's been... people are falling over them. TV networks with the game.
Oh, yeah, I got that number.
The Browns are on. All that stuff. That's not for a loser.
Did you
That's
hear
not for somebody.
Rob, did you hear what I said about what head coaches are going to put up in don't take the bait.
No, but
don't buy into the hype.
But this whole us against the world, woe is me, and it's ridiculous that everybody's already on board. For all the great that Baker Mayfield did a year ago, they beat one team over 500, a bad Baltimore Ravens team 12-9. And people have them going to the Super Bowl.
So now the Baltimore Ravens did they make the playoffs?
That was with Flacco. That was the game after which he got benched. Flacco was bad. They won that game. All the other games, when he was putting up 500 yards against the terrible Bengals and all that other stuff that went on, all I'm saying is pump the brakes. This has been a bad franchise, and they got a lot of different pieces. They got a unproven rookie head coach. If this thing goes bad and they start out 0-2 or 0-3, do we know where this is going? This bus could crash very early on during the season.
Do you hear what you're saying?
I'm telling you.
Do you hear what this is exactly what Baker is talking about.
No, it's not, because everybody's on board.
Wait, what Coach Mangini call you? Hashtag inconsistent Rob right now.
That's not fair for this.
You're telling me every reason why Baker's statement is factual.
No,
because
it's not.
You're saying why they're going to lose. A first-year head coach, camaraderie not there.
I'm just saying that stuff is all possible, but on paper they have talent. They have nothing but talent. They have big names. They are the darling of the NFL.
Now that's true.
They are 100%. The darling, and
Greg.
You know it, Greg. Everybody's buzzing about what players used to call the Cleveland Clowns. That's how bad the Browns were. They were.
So, Greg, to buttress his point about primetime games, the most primetime games a team can have is 5. The Browns have 4. That's the most they've had in over a decade because the league network saying, oh, geez, this team's going to be good.
Yes.
They got some players. And I want to go back to
They're saying they're going to be exciting.
Exciting, good, and watchable. And people are going to be rooting for them. They got the jersey sales through the roof, Baker and Odell. But I want to come back to Baker's quote for a second. And the idea of motivation. I read that Steve Jobs book, the Great Jobs book. And internal motivation was such a driver for Steve Jobs. And when I hear these quotes, as Rob said, this sounds like a false narrative, like they're making something
Us against the world.
Why would you need to make this up? Like 5 meatballs on Twitter are saying, oh, I think the Browns are going to stink. And Baker sees that because he's always on social media. And now he's pulling that up and saying, well, people want us to lose. No, 5 dopes on social media said something. Internal motivation is key. I know Baker has it because he was a walk-on and overcame a ton of odds at Texas Tech. Then he went to Oklahoma, overcame more odds. Then he got to the NFL as a small quarterback. I just don't like this. I don't think it's necessary.
Do you need that?
And again, one last note. I want to go back. People think I'm a Baker Mayfield hater because of the comments I made on Cowherd about his phone, blah, blah, blah. I just don't love the idea of quarterbacks always reaching for their phone. I know it's a thing now with millennials and constantly looking for that feedback loop on Instagram and Twitter. And then you see a couple...
Weren't you just doing that?
I did not do that. I have not done that during the show today. Rob was doing that. But I don't love that. I mean, give me the Andrew Luck who has a flip phone for the first 8 years of his career. He doesn't care what those jabronis are saying. I just feel like this is a big false narrative, to take Rob's phrase. Go with the internal motivation, Baker. Forget about these jokers.
Let me touch this really quick.
Touch it.
Because this is a layup.
Oh, is it?
It's hot.
This is a layup. In New England right now, what do you think Coach Belichick is telling his team? That everyone thinks we're going to win. Everyone is saying how great we are. You think that's what the message is? You think that's what Tom Brady believes right now? You think that's what he's going to convey in the media right now? No. Everyone thinks they're going to fall off. Everyone thinks it's not going to happen.
Who?
Because everyone wants it to happen.
One guy thinks they're going to fall off. That's it.
My point is, when you have had success or when you have had failures, or in Cleveland's case, when you have acquired and put together personnel that others know that it's a talented personnel, the number one question that comes after that is, can they make it work? Will they be able to control all the egos on that one side of the ball? Will they be happy? Will everybody stay together? Like, all these questions happen. There are all these ifs. Can we? Can they? Will they? All these things that Rob has mentioned. First-year coach, Odell Beckham's out of New York. He's in Cleveland now. Will he be as invested? All these things come up. And what Baker is saying is, we're going to prove them wrong. We are going to be together. We hear all of that.
But why? Why do you have to hear it? Who cares what they're saying? What's the point of putting any stock, any value? If you're in that locker room, you love to talk about the locker room, and you've been in the locker room. Why do you care what they're saying on social media?
This is what motivates you. This is what drives you. You hear the chatter. Let's not act like we don't hear the chatter. Everyone hears the noise and the chatter. It's how you respond to it. And Baker Mayfield, I love his response. You know what? I hear it, and I'm going to prove you wrong. I hear the jabronis, the jabronis chattering, making all the noise, using it for clickbait. I hear all of that. We're going to prove them wrong. Why? Because I'm here. Period.
See, I get that.
I know you get it.
I get
because
it.
It's fact.
No, I get that. But I do also, I'm more with Jason on the standpoint that should just come from within. I feel confident. I like my team, whatever. Saying that out in the media or talking about it is not going to change it. It's not. Do you really believe that putting it out there or telling? Here's the one that's always happens, Greg, the perfect example. Better not say that in the playoffs. Billboard material, right? Oh, that team's going to come back and beat you because you said something about them or whatever. How many times do they go back when the team who put the billboard material beat somebody? They never go back and go, that didn't work. The billboard material that you thought was going to motivate you, you know why they beat you? Because they're better than you.
Better, more prepared.
It has nothing to do with the chatter or the billboard material. That's so false.
But you know what would happen if Baker Mayfield came out and said, you know what, we're going to be great. We're playoff bound.
You don't have to say all that.
So what do you want him to say, Rob? What do you want him to say?
I love
If he doesn't say anything, it's like, I need to know my quarterback is confident.
No. Sam Darnold doesn't say anything with the Jets. He's not talking. He's going to blow up in this league this year. He is going to dominate. You're not hearing a word about him. And I like it like that. I don't know about you, Rob. You're a Matt Stafford, Detroit guy. I like my quarterbacks quiet. But again,
you know why?
More than one way to skin a cat.
I love this because you like it like that because the Jets have been so bad. No one even cares about the New York Jets. So now all of a sudden,
just like the Cleveland Browns,
you feel like they have a chance to be good or relevant. So now it's like, no, I like that we're flying under the radar. No, you don't like that we're flying under the radar. You wish you were above the radar, so everybody was talking about.
Why can't Baker just say, I love the roster that we've put together. We got some really talented players. We're a young team with a young coach, and I'm a young quarterback. We're going to get there. We're going to build this.
You know what?
I can't wait.
You should be their PR guy and hand that over to him so he can say exactly what you want to say.
And would you have a problem with that, though?
No, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I want him to be honest. I want him to be real. Like, be who you are. Stay to character. This is who Baker Mayfield is. Don't hate because this is who he is.
So I'll give him this, Rob. As guys in this job, whether it's radio, TV, internet, we appreciate candor from athletes.
No doubt about it.
We want them honest. And this is honest Baker. Are we going to bash him for it? We're not bashing him, but questioning it. And then the other side of the coin is, well, if he says nothing, he's not being talked about on these shows. You know, Cowherd's not going to talk about him next. And then we're on to the next guy. So it does kind of go both ways. I'll give you 1 point for that, Greg. You know, it was a decent job by you there.
Poor. That's sad. You guys.
All I say, when they don't make the playoffs, remember I told you.
I didn't even have to argue my side. Rob did it for me. Rob did it for me. You told me all the reasons why what Baker said is validated.
No, they weren't. I believe that most people in America and most network executives, sports media people want the Browns to win and want the Browns to be good.
Because they bought their jerseys.
Because of the personalities that they have in Baker and OBJ. They want them in the playoffs. Yeah. They want them on TV to be in compelling games. They don't want them to start the season 0-3 and become irrelevant and have 4 primetime games and the Browns are bad. Yeah. They want them to win. So I don't buy the narrative, Greg. I don't.
Yeah, Greg, I forget the comment, but someone made a hilarious observation. If Twitter were around when Michael Jordan was playing, would he be responding to eggs on Twitter? I don't think so. Now, Baker Mayfield does that. He replies to everybody. He's always in the social media. And I think, again, to Rob's point, this feeds that fake narrative. Oh, well, these clowns on social media are saying stuff like, I got to respond. If that gets in your head, it can hurt you more than help.
Does LeBron James respond?
Occasionally. LeBron does occasionally. He grew up with social media.
Has it hurt him?
Yeah, he's lost 6 finals.
No, Rob, you had to ruin it.
What?
Jeez.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Thank you,
Charles Barkley is throwing out predictions again, and this one is a guarantee. We'll tell you if he's correct. That's next.